evening. I thought I would pull a subject to speak on. This is a loaded one. So what I got is you and connectivity, the jeweled web. The jeweled web. Now this could cover a lot of territory. The web could be, for somebody that's paranoid, could be a place where they're stuck, okay? It could be, since it's a jeweled web, it could be something enticing for some people where they would get stuck, something that pulls them in again, because many times the web is sticky, right? Or it could be a place of like the information highway, where all these things are interconnected and jeweled. Now, to become a jewel, what happens? You take the raw material, it has to be cut, it has to be polished, it has to be ground down in order to bring out its beauty. So all of us are in the process of becoming jewels, okay? And it takes that grinding, it takes that polishing, it takes that difficult times for one to grow. And because we are all interconnected, we each are teachers for others, and others are our teachers, okay? So we are in this mix together. Sometimes your greatest, I don't want to say enemy, but difficult person can be your greatest teacher if you can look at the fact of what they are bringing. What are the challenges around that person? It can be a doorway for growth. So we are all interconnected. This is how also we can do energy work with people in long distance, okay? Or why some mediums are able to see those from the other side. They have that connectivity. They are in that vibrational level where they're able to see that dimension, okay? So everyone is interconnected. Why? Because we all have the seed of the divine is within us. There is not one that has more and one that has less. Just some of us are more connected to it and open to it than are others. But it doesn't matter where you're at on the spectrum. Each of us is in this web of jewels somewhere, whether you are in the state of paranoia, or if you are in the state of learning, if you are in the process of becoming a jewel, okay? It's like also the Bible says that, you have to be refined. And how is gold refined? You have to burn out the impurities. So it's not always an easy process. You have to separate the wheat from the chaff. You have to get rid of those things which are not beneficial. Okay? So all of this here is part of a learning experience. Whether you are with those that are supportive, or you're with those that are really bringing a challenge in your world. Okay? But again, we're all connected. And when people get into this ideology that nobody suffered like I've suffered, trust me, somebody else is suffered in the same way, okay? So again, we have to look at it and learn from one another. This is the melting pot. This is the place where everything is stirred, and our chance for school. We opt to come here to have these challenges so that we can grow, so we can experience. And thank God, it's limited. Our time on this plane is very limited compared to eternality, Okay? But you can make the most progress here if you can deal with the harshness and the difficulties of this plane of existence. Okay? We get a lot of opportunities. Now, if you say you want peace, don't think that you're going to have this mantle of peace that just comes over you. Oh, no. It's not the way it works. If you want peace and you're praying for peace, then every challenge is going to be there so that you can have the opportunity to bring peace, to be peaceful. Okay? So be careful of what you wish for, what you're looking for, because that is going to be the doors of challenge that come into your world. If you want calm, you're going to have every situation that is going to challenge that. Because it's like if you want to build your muscles, what happens? Muscles don't come by overnight. You have to strengthen them by challenging them. And it's the same way with whatever you're looking for, to come. You have to make those challenges. That's why I say, people that say they want to be a teacher, they want to be a guru, they want to be a light. Well, in order to do that, you're going to have the harder path. Why? Because you have to be able to have a map out. If you can't get out, how are you going to teach somebody else? So remember that. Those that say, I'm here and I'm going to be a teacher, I'm going to be a light, then expect to have a very difficult journey. Because you have to be able to find your way out so that you have something to give. You can't give to somebody, because what's to say if you're blind leading the blind, then both fall in the ditch. Okay? You can't be blind and be a wounded healer. You're not a healer if you're still wounded. Okay? You have to come to clarity first. You can't be in illusion and try to bring people out of illusion. Okay? So, again, we are all connected. That's the experience. If you understand that at the deepest level, that all of us come from the same divine is, all of us have the same spark of life within us, all of us have that same spark that brings the ability for opportunity. If we are open, okay? If we're open to things. So if you recognize that everyone has the same divine spark, and get rid of this ideation of skin color and cultural differences and things, these things should be celebrated. These are, again, different opportunities. And what I say when it comes to religious persuasions, they're all aiming for what? To know God, okay? To know the Creator. They're all going towards the same path, towards that same eventuality. The only difference is the scenery along the way. So if you understand that, then maybe people can get out of this ideology of separation, and mine's better, and then mine's the only way. Okay? People want exclusivity. But understand that all of the spiritual paths have something within them to connect one, to bring one forward, move one forward. Maybe one is better for you in this lifetime than another one. Maybe you are much easier to go through Native American type tradition, or Buddhist tradition, or Christianity tradition, or Muslim tradition. Okay? But all of them are there to connect one, and hopefully one gets connected to spirituality rather than dogmas. Okay? If you strip off the dogmas and you get to the seed core of spirituality, then you'll be able to understand more this connectivity that we have with one another. and one can celebrate. Okay, rather than trying to say, this is mine exclusivity and you can't touch it. We see people that do that as well, that you're trying to take over my realm. This is my stuff. Rather than being open and seeing that it's enhancing somebody else's life. So they're adopting it in their lives because it speaks to them, it feeds them. Okay, so we see that as well. Somebody says, oh, you can't wear this type of thing because it belongs to my culture, and you can't have it, it's not your culture, and you're trying to steal this, rather than seeing that this is something that speaks to somebody else. They're honoring it by wanting to have it into their world. Okay, so this should open the doors to this ability to share rather than closing the door. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. I hope somebody's gotten something from it, but thank you for tuning in. Much love and light. See you online.